everyone, welcome to my channel. So I'm here discussing the Python revision tour of class 12 CBSE. We have already discussed about tokens in my previous video, and now I will be discussing about the bare bones of a Python program. That means, how does a Python program look like? It has got comments, statements, expressions, etc. Now, if you see a comment is given by this hash symbol that we have here. Okay, so this program shows a program's component. So that is a comment. When I say a comment, that is not being displayed, or that particular line is not being executed. Okay, then we have a function call. If you see a defining, it is defining a function cu, and then we have a punctuator over here, print time to say goodbye. So that is a function that is there. Okay, next we have got various statements. A is equal to 15, b is equal to a minus 10, minus is an operator, print a plus 3. So various expressions are there. Okay, so there are expressions which any legal combination of symbols that represent a value, statements which are programming instructions, comments are there which are additional readable information to clarify the source code. So comments can be single line comment that starts with hash, multi-line comment that can either be either triple quoted strings or multiple hashtags. Okay, next functions are also there which are named code section and can be reused by specifying their names. That is, we have a function called ccu. Now blocks or suites. So what are blocks or suites? So which is a group of statement which are a part of another statement or a function. So here I have a block. So this particular statement, if part is a block, so else part is a block. So here we have the different blocks. Next, coming to variable and assignments. What are the various variables that we have and how do we assign them? So first and foremost, variables represented by label storage locations whose values can be manipulated during program run. So we have variables which can be manipulated. So student is equal to Jacob and age is equal to 16. So what Python is doing, Python is creating two places named as students and other is the age, and in the place of student it is entering Jacob and age is 16. So there are two addresses are being created. So Python will internally create the labels and then assign the value for it. What is dynamic typing? Dynamic typing, so here what happens is you define a variable, say x is equal to 10. You have defined this variable x is equal to 10. So now as you have x is equal to 10 in this case, then later the program, if you reassign a value to x, then you say x is equal to 12, what will happen? It will have this box as x which initially had 10 value in it. So when you assign 12, what will happen? It will delete this 10 and it will input 12. So x will later have a value of 12 alone. Okay, so that is dynamic typing. So you think of Python variables as labels associated with the object. With dynamic typing, Python makes a label refer to a new value with new assignment. Dynamic typing versus static typing. Dynamic typing is different from static typing. In static typing, a data type is attached with a variable when it is defined first and it is fixed. So initially when you are defining the variable and you are fixing it to that, then that is a static typing. That is, the data type of the variable cannot be changed in static typing, whereas there is no such restriction in dynamic typing. Okay, so if a value cannot be changed, then that is static. Multiple assignment. How do I go ahead with multiple assignment? Say I want to put a, b, c. There are three variables a, b, c, and their value is 10. So what I will do, a is equal to b is equal to c, that is equal to 10. So what happens, it will create a is equal to 10, b is equal to 10, and c is equal to 10. So I can easily write write a comma b comma c, or a equal to b equal to c equal to 10. Alright, next, assigning multiple values to multiple variables. So if I want to assign three different values to three different variables, say x, y, z. So x, y, z, x comma y comma z is equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30. That means each and every values will be assigned to the respected variable that is there. So in this case, what it will happen, x is equal to 10, y is equal to 20, and z is equal to 30. So this will be how the values will be assigned to the program. Okay. Now, if it will assign the values in order wise. First variable is given the first value, second variable the second value, and so on. If you want to swap, if you want to swap x and y values, a very simple command we give, that is x comma y is equal to y comma x. So that is swapping the two values of the variable. Okay. Next. Now, next we have simple input and output. Okay, simple input and output is, here we have input that we are giving. So when do we use this? Is a built-in function. Input is a built-in function. We use this input when we want to get the value from the user. So if I use input and with that I prompt the display, then input, what is your name? So it will give what is your name, and then it will give me a place wherein I need to put down the value. What is my name? Now this input function always returns a value of string type. So all the value that it will return will be the string. Now what you can do is you can read in the value using input, and then use int or float function to read the value to change the input type. Now, like it is done over here, what they have done here, variable name int input of this. So it is converting it into integer or float. So now when I am using a float, what it is doing, it is converting this string, because by default it is a string. So it is converting into float. And the age, see, it is converting into integer. Int is integer. It is converting into the integer type, so that you can do the further functions. So if I say I want to add two numbers, so what I will be doing, I will be telling the user to give me one number. So I can say n1 is equal to I can say n1 is equal to something like integer, and then I can say input, enter one number, and n2 as integer, so and so, and I can say n3 is equal to n1 plus n2. Right. Whereas if it was a string, I would not have been able to add the numbers. Okay. Next. What is the output? How do we do the output? Output is done through the print function. So I can print a string, I can print a number, I can print a result, I can give like r into r. So I can print if you give an expression, it will print the value. Then I am, so there is a special character you see, that is why they have put a backslash. So it is given that I am 12 plus 5, which is 17 years old. Okay. All right. So that is how I go ahead. And I can, separate the words with, comma, yet it will give me for different strings and objects. If we want to combine them, I can combine them by using a comma. Next, if I want a separator between the words that I have used, I can use the SEP command, that is separator command. Okay, so that is also there. I can end a statement with any kind of special character. I can give it as an end, and so when it ended this particular sentence, my name is Amit, it ended with a $sign. Okay, so next we have few programs. That is, there's one program that write a program to input a number and print its cube. So when I have to input a number, so it has changed into a float. Input, enter a number, and what is a number? Cube. Num into num into num, so the cube is num cube. So that is how it is being taken up. Okay, so square root of a number, so I am doing to the power of, means asterisk to the power of 0.5. So that's it for the day, and next day we will go ahead with the data types. Thank you.